Everyone's losing their minds right now. TikToks, streams, headlines, all screaming that Call of Duty finally removed SBMM. The Open Moshpit playlist dropped, and for the first time in years, COD feels unpredictable again. But slow down for a second. This isn't revolution, it's revelation. The playlist isn't proof that SPMM is gone. It's proof that the system broke so badly, Treyarch had to carve out a sandbox just to make fun possible again. SPMM didn't just hurt matchmaking. It rewired how the game defines fun itself. Built to protect engagement metrics instead of player enjoyment, it turned every match into maintenance mode. And Open Moshpit? It's not a fix, it's evidence of the failure. When Treyarch dropped the Open Moshpit, the community celebrated like it was Liberation Day. Every YouTuber thumbnail screamed, SPMM removed! And suddenly Call of Duty felt fun again. But dig just a little deeper, and you'll see. It's not gone. It's buried. SBMM still hums beneath the surface. It's just been told to loosen the leash for one mode. What Treyarch did wasn't an experiment in fairness. It was damage control. After years of complaints that matches felt sweaty, predictable, and emotionally flat, they needed a release valve. Open Moshpit exists because their own system became too efficient at killing variety. This goes back to how SBMM evolved in the first place. The idea sounds reasonable. Match players of similar skill to make every round feel balanced. But every time Call of Duty tuned that balance tighter, from Modern Warfare 2019 to Black Ops 6, the fun slipped away. Matches turned into routine control experiments. Same intensity, same pacing, same mid-tier tension. For players, it felt like Groundhog Day in camo gear. The irony? SBMM wasn't invented to protect players. It was built to protect retention. Around 2015, publishers started applying mobile game logic to multiplayer design. Engagement curves, win/loss regulation, even frustration thresholds were optimized. The goal wasn't emotional variety, it was consistent dopamine output. Keep players feeling just competitive enough to keep queuing. But that consistency translated into sameness. Every match became a lab test for sustainable engagement, not a story worth remembering. Old-school COD had a rhythm that no algorithm could fake. Public matches felt like unplanned social chaos. You might queue into a lobby where one dude dropped nukes and another spun in circles with a riot shield, and somehow both were fun to play around. Skill wasn't managed, it was visible. Dominating one match and getting utterly demolished the next created emotional texture. That randomness made victory feel earned, and defeat feel teachable. I still remember nights in MW2 when my squad would run into clans stacked with snipers and lose horribly, and then laugh about it. Other nights, we'd stomp the lobby and talk about it for weeks. The highs felt high, because the lows were allowed to exist.
Treyarch's Open Moshpit is more than nostalgia bait. It's a symptom.
The developers realized their mathematical masterpiece flattened the soul out of their own game. So they carved out one space where the algorithm could back off. Ironically, that act of relaxation became the most exciting update yet. But here's the deeper layer. It's not liberation, it's containment. By funneling all the chaos into one controlled playlist, the rest of the system stays scientifically tidy. The players get a playground, but the data model stays intact. Look at Twitch and Reddit right now. Clips titled, "This finally feels like old COD," flood feeds. Streamers describe matches as unpredictable, messy, but in a good way. The numbers will speak for themselves. Increased playtime, more returning users, happier feedback. But don't confuse that with SBMM dying. It's just being quarantined where it can't mess with retention analytics. Supporters of SBMM always argue it keeps things fair, that nobody wants to be spawn-trapped by pros. Fair point. But fairness isn't the same as fulfillment. A perfectly balanced match can still feel totally bland. When you remove all variance, you remove discovery. Without emotional peaks and valleys, there's no sense of personal narrative. Humans aren't motivated by equilibrium. We're wired for variance. The spike of surprise, the sting of loss, the joy of reversal, those build memory. And that's what SBMM accidentally crushed. It optimized away the essence of multiplayer storytelling. A good game isn't just a performance tracker. It's a source of micro-stories that make you say, "You won't believe what happened last night." Treyarch's Open Moshpit is their attempt to sneak narrative variants back into their design. The wild part is, they had to break their own system to rediscover the recipe for fun. You can see the same thing happening elsewhere. Apex Legends recently adjusted its matchmaking tolerance, allowing broader brackets. Fortnite experiments with looser lobbies mid-season to stop burnout. Every team is realizing that human satisfaction isn't linear. It spikes, dips, and thrives on unpredictability. If Open Moshpit holds strong numbers, expect a new hybrid model to emerge. Early balanced seeding for onboarding, then gradual reintroduction of chaos once players settle in.
Maybe Call of Duty didn't lose its soul to SPMM, it sold it, piece by piece, to engagement data. The Open Moshpit isn't rebellion, it's confession. After years of over-engineering balance, Treyarch had to remember that chaos is content. Real fun isn't optimized, it's unexpected. So now, the question's on us. Does this playlist mean developers are finally listening, or just hiding the same problem under a catchier name? Drop your take below. I genuinely read them all, especially the spicy ones. And if you want more takes that cut through the noise, you already know where that subscribe button lives.